Hi everybody, welcome to the Baguette Investor channel. I did not make a weekly review this week because I'm presenting you this hopefully very interesting video that is full of information. We're gonna see everything I learned this year in 2021. I started this YouTube channel in 2021, so I thought it would be a great idea to recap everything that happened to me in the financial world in 2021. So this is going to be a pretty long video. I don't know how long it's going to be. Is it going to be 13 minutes, 1 hour, an hour and a half? I don't know. Just take your time, take, a drink, and we're going to be together for quite some time too. So I tell you everything about my year. So this was the introduction. We're going to see about my performance recap in the second time. And the third time, I'm going to see what did I learn during this year, because I learned quite a lot of things. And to finish this video, we're going to see where I'm going in 2022 and what do I see. But the biggest part is going to be my performance recap and what I learned during this year. It's going to be very interesting. All right. That was the introduction. This is going to be without editing. I'm not going to do any fancy editing. This is going to be chill, going to be just so you take the time if you want to take notes. If you want to come back to this video later, maybe I'll put timestamps into the video. But yeah, this is going to be chill, no editing, no fancy annotations and all, just chill so I don't have any much work because tomorrow is Christmas. So yeah, I'm going to take our time. Let's start with the performance recap and see how the markets did in 21. This is going to be the summary for the chapter. I'm going to go and how the markets did in 21. So we're going to review the charts of crypto, stocks, bonds, currencies, and commodities. We're going to start with crypto. This is basically how crypto did to Bitcoin. If you don't know in TradingView, you can click on the bottom left and select the time you want your assets to be on. And if you click on 1 year, this automatically sets the year recap. So Bitcoin is really obvious to me. Is that we had the first part of 21 that until the range market came, until April, March, it was in a very beautiful uptrend with many trading opportunities. And basically the rest of the year was choppy, chop for Bitcoin. And since it broke down the trend and many trend followers got out, it's not really interesting anymore. And another asset that is looking better or altcoins. We're going to look at the altcoin index. So yeah, you can see that altcoins are pretty much at the same point as Bitcoin, except they stopped getting up in May 21, whereas Bitcoin start in March, April. Altcoin did a better last leg than Bitcoin. But yeah, the year has been pretty shitty. There has been a slight NFT summer. If you don't remember, during the summer you had the NFT summer, and right now since then we're in a very choppy market. The real good year was 2020. 2020 was an amazing year, and now we're in a consolidation year, which is logical considering the 2020 year people have seen. So this is for crypto. Very boring, as you know. Not very much to say, much to do. There has been quite a few things, but most of the time it's basically, good performance if you were there since the beginning of the year, but we're consolidating. If you look at stocks, however, this is a very bizarre market. So this is the S&P 500. I'm going to look at US stocks because I believe you don't really care about European stocks. We can look at European stocks if you want, but this is not the most interesting thing. S&P 500 is up quite a few percent. It's up 27% since the beginning of the year, but really the stock market has been very bizarre in 2021 because you see all the big indexes go up, but actually the market has been carried out by the biggest stocks. So this is the S&P 500. We're going to look at the Nasdaq on 1 year. 1 year of Nasdaq, it's up 26%, and that's pretty much it. It's only the big stocks that carried the market. It's a nice bull market with uptrend, it was nice, but I had a real struggle trading it because of what happened there. So we're going to go and see this on a year basis. You can see we had the year 2020 where things went very good for stocks. Stocks had a lot of strength. And then, right when we entered in 2021, stocks started to lose all the strength they had. And we have been in a downtrend for the average stock. This is the percentage of stocks above their 200-day moving average. And it just means that since February 21, the stock market, the average stock is just going down. And the stocks that went up are basically the biggest stocks. So we're going to look at the S&P 100, which are the biggest stocks in the field right now. And you can see it's up 28%. But we're going to look at small caps, and you're going to see it's not doing anything over the year. It's up 11%, but in a very, very choppy market. We're going to look at mid caps, and you're going to see it's pretty much the same. The beginning of the year was very nice. It looks very much like crypto. I might do a video about that, but yeah, the beginning of the year was very nice. But then we entered in this choppy market that really is very bad. And I'm going to look at Europe. iShares MSCI Europe. And you can see we see pretty much the same thing in every single asset. We have the first part of 21, which is very bullish and directional, and the other side of the index that is choppy market. And right now you have this is a perfect range market. You can't make this up. This is like you have your top market and you have the top of your market right there, and you have the bottom of your market. So yeah, complicated period for stocks. That's how the market performed in 21. I'm gonna look at bonds. I'm gonna look at the US 10-year. Let's go over the course of 1 year. So yeah, not very a clear trend for bonds, as in yearly terms bonds are pretty choppy. But as you can see in the start of the year, we had the yield to go up, which when the yield of a bond goes up, it means the value of the bond goes down. So this is the 10-year, which is what everybody's looking at. And right now there is really a question of whereas the 10-year is going to keep going higher and go above the 1.52%, or is it going to go down. If it goes down, well, we're going to see some more bullishness on bonds. But yeah, in the year it's been quite choppy, and there is no clear direction to bonds. You see people are not really sure about inflation. It was really a choppy year where people were pretty unsure about bonds. When you talk about currencies, the currency that really stood out during this period was the dollar, because the dollar on a yearly basis is looking absolutely beautiful. On the contrary, when at the beginning of the year it was looking quite choppy, you can see that now it's in a beautiful uptrend that is settling down. Now it's looking like we're going to correct a little bit, but the uptrend is strong and it looks very good. Another currency that is looking very nice is the Chinese yuan, because when you look at the Chinese yuan, it's also quite appreciating. Maybe we can have CNY USD. Yeah, going to be better for you to see the appreciation of the Chinese yuan. So yeah, the Chinese yuan is looking quite nice, and it's already in a big uptrend. So Chinese yuan, interesting stuff. Yeah, and for commodities, well, as you know, 2021 has been a very, very beautiful year for commodities. This is really the year of inflation, the year of every single thing related to inflation going up. And when you look at GSG, very interesting move. This is a beautiful uptrend, and it looks like we're starting over the uptrend. Energy went up, agricultural products went up, base metals went up. The only things that didn't really go up are useless commodities like gold and silver, but useful commodities like gas, wheat, oil, soy, and all that stuff really went up. So really, the year 2021 has been really the year of commodities, the year of inflation, and not the year of stocks. It has been the year of inflation stocks, but yeah, really commodities and the dollar has been really the interesting thing in this year, and pretty much everything else was very, very boring, if you want to be honest. So how I did in 21, this is interesting. I did pretty good at the start and pretty bad until the middle of the year. As you know, if you're following my daily videos, we're going to take a look at my journal, which is right there. And you're going to take a look at my performance since the middle of the year. So this is my performance since June, because my journal there started in June. You can see that right there. I started trading back again in the beginning of year 21, like end of 2020, October, November, and I started journaling really seriously in June. And you can see that between the first 6 months of the year, I made a 26% performance, and after that, my performance has been really, really stagnant. You can see this by my total profits, which went up as much as close to 20,000 euros, and right now I'm really hovering around these 10,000 euros. So yeah, really boring year. You can really see it in the graph with spikes really related to stocks and cryptos, but no clear trend, no clear capital movement, and it allowed me to really care about range markets, and the same thing goes for the trend in percentage. So yeah, how I did in 21, good, because I'm still green. But if you remove inflation from my performance, which is a 20% performance, and you have like 3% inflation in France, and even more, like we're closer to 10 than to 3%, considering how energy prices are in Europe right now. So yeah, it's a performance that barely beats inflation. But yeah, for a first year as an active trader, is it good? Yeah, of course it's good. It's great considering the year we had. I'm gonna see some of my best trades, because I'm happy to share with you one of my best trades. It's good to take a look at the previous trades you made. So one of my best trades that I did not take in 2021, but I closed in 21, was the Bitcoin to USD trend following, which is amazing. We'll talk about that, but I'm really proud of this one. I'm redoing it here on the chart so you can see. So I entered after this big consolidation breakouts, and I just rolled all the trend and I closed right there. So this is a perfect trend following. Like, this is amazing. I'm really, really proud of this one. I fucked up a little bit at the beginning because, yeah, I took some profits too early, but because it's always good to take profits at the beginning. But yeah, I really rolled all the thing, and the trend was beautiful. We'll talk about that in the next part of the video when we'll talk about trend following. But yeah, one of my best trades was, yeah, Bitcoin to US dollar. Cardano, we're going to talk about ADA USDT, which was also one of my best trades. I remember entering on Cardano right there on the breakout there, having my stop loss. Gonna redo it in front of your eyes. Sorry for the inconvenience. There you go. Entered right there, and I sold somewhere around there. Yeah, right there. I sold here. So you see Cardano kept going up after that, but it's not interesting. What I think is very, very important is the trend following I did. When you look at it on the non-log scale, you can see that my trend following has been very good. I managed to really stick into the trade, good risk management. The trend was followed well. My position was small, so it allowed me to have very peace of mind and all. So yeah, I'm very happy about that. I think it's a very good trade on Cardano. Another trade I did was on HNT USDT. You're gonna know where I took the trade. I took the trade there on the breakout here. It was back in the days where the cryptos were very, very, very strong. It was in January. I longed it here with a stop loss right below there. I'm gonna see it. There you go. Here. And I sold, I remember selling somewhere something like here before the big crash that happened there. And it's still one of the strongest looking crypto. It's still far, far above from where I bought it. But yeah, that's I sold maybe too early, but yeah, it's still a very, very nice trade. I'm very proud of this one. I think it's a very beautiful trend following. It was more a 4-hour trend following than it was a daily trend following, but we'll talk after that in the trend following. It's just me sharing my beautiful trades. And there you go. You have a nice trade that is still going. A trade that's still going, and it's the only good trade I made on stocks, basically. It's on Frontier Lithium. I'm still in position with my stop loss right there. Did not hit my stop loss, barely hit. Maybe it will be hit next week. There's not much to say except that it's a beautiful trend following trade. Yeah, that's it. Frontier Lithium, interesting. My worst trade, euro dollar. Really, euro dollar. I really did bad on this. I mean, I have to be really honest. I'm very new to forex. I saw that euro dollar was about to depreciate, but I tried 2 shorts, one here that failed and got stopped here, a second one here that failed and got stopped here, and I didn't know how to enter right there, so I did not enter on the third breakout, and this was the breakout that was supposed to give me the profit. So I'm really bad position sizing, really bad timing, not really an understanding of the trends that, you know, the VCP, the volatility contraction. I should have been paying attention to this part that was VCP, that was contracting volatility, that appealed to taking a position, rather than YOLOing the shit of the breakouts. That it's really not a working strategy, especially in Forex. So fortunately, I did not lose very much money. I lost like, I don't know, 500 euros in total. So nothing to blow my account, but still, yeah, pretty sad for what happened. So my worst trade was very euro dollar, and I'm not hiding my trades. I made a video about that. So yeah, that was my worst trade. We're gonna go to the interesting part of the video. So let me let me take my voice a little bit back again. We're gonna go to what did I learn, and I'm gonna detail everything you see on the screen. So the first thing gonna be journaling, second risk management, trend following, screeners, how I view sectors. The difference between a directional and a range market, and progressive exposure. I maybe learned many more things, but it's really the things that I remember right now making the video, and I think it's things that are really worth sharing my knowledge with you. I'm gonna start by journaling. I already show you, you've already seen my trading journal, but it's a very interesting thing to journal, and I think I'm very proud as a trader to have started this habit of every single Monday making my journal. I'm heading into looking at a software to make it for me. I saw one. I have one over here. Maybe I can talk about it if you want. Just wait a second. Oh, no, I hope it did not crash. There you go. Okay. It is TraderSync, tradersync.com. I'm going to show it to you right now. I'm going to do it like that. There you go. TraderSync. That's it. I'm taking a look at some softwares about trading journals, because right now I'm putting everything by hand. You know, I have to do it for every single account. I have my crypto valuation account, my French stocks valuation account, my international stocks valuation account. You can see beautiful downtrends on stock. I'm a very bad stock trader at the moment. Good crypto trader, but bad stock trader. So yeah, journaling is really a powerful tool because it allows you to have a weekly indication on your performance. It allows you to really see if you're performing good, if you're performing bad. If you want to see what you can improve in your trading, journaling is the thing to do, the place to be, because it really puts you in front of your performance, and that basically either humbles you or gives you confidence. And yeah, I think it's a thing that every single person that is trying to become a trader or is just even started trading should make a journal, because well, it's the key for everything. Journaling, taking steps, setting objectives, is very interesting. Second thing I want to talk about is risk management. When I talk about risk management, it's something that I don't see covered really on YouTube, for example. People talk a lot about technical analysis, but they don't seem to care about risk management when technical analysis is really nothing interesting in comparison to risk management. Risk management is how you behave with your action not working as you expected it to be. So in the case of trading, is how do you work the situation if your trade turns back on you? First thing, of course, I hope if you're watching this until the middle, there in the video, you know that what a stop loss is. But if you use a stop loss, there is what we call a risk unit, which was, you can see here, there's the account size. So I set my account size, which is 30,000 US dollars, Tether, but it's US dollars. And the risk I set to my trade can change according to the market condition, how I'm feeling, if you want to try something at all. And risk management is how you set this risk. If I lose this trade, I'm going to lose 0.25%. And so that tells you how much asset you need to buy. Either it can be bonds, stocks, commodities, and all. Risk management is the base of everything. It's how much you risk, when you take profit, when you take loss, if you want to take loss. And that's something people don't talk about. And I learned so much this year about risk management. I learned where to position my stop loss, which time frame should I be looking at when I'm taking profit or setting my stop loss. When should I increase my exposure? When should I increase my risk management? When should I decrease it? This is the thing to do. And if you want to learn more of this, well, you can go to the playlist on my YouTube, and I have a risk management playlist. I think you will learn more things there. So yeah, really, the thing that I learned this year was the more you're losing, the more you should decrease your position size, and that will save your account. If you keep losing and keep having huge position sizes, you're going to blow up. Whereas if you decrease steadily your position size as you keep losing, well, it's not a problem. Your losses will become smaller and smaller and smaller. So there's going to be no problem in your account. And on the contrary, when you keep winning and winning and winning and winning, you can have an increasing position size until a capped position like 1.5 or 2%. So that when you're very good at trading, you are taking a lot of risk and making a lot of money. And when you get very bad at trading, you lower your position size and you stop losing that much money. So that's it, risk management. You should look it up. Trend following, I already spoke about it a little bit, but trend following is a very simple way to trade. It's really you buy assets that you think will either go up or down. If you think they go up, you long, and if you are right, they should go up as long as they want to. And the key to trend following is to stay in the asset as long as it goes up, and to get out when you think the trend is over. A trend follower usually buys an asset that makes a new all-time high, for example, and sells an asset that makes a new all-time low. It's better counterintuitive for many people. For me, it's absolutely not counterintuitive. It suits my psychology very, very well. And you need to understand trend following. You need to understand distribution, accumulation. You need to understand how financial markets work, which means if there is a lot of capital coming into an asset, the price will appreciate for a longer time. Whereas if it's just small hands coming into an asset, it will just appreciate, go up, and then go down again. Some beautiful examples of trend following are trends that look clean. I can show you this one, which is a trend that looks clean. It's low volatility. The breakouts are very simple. When it makes a new all-time high, you buy it, and it's very well. And that's the kind of trend I want to be in. For example, I have this stock in my mind, which is beautiful. Look at this trend. It just goes up. You can draw a straight line here, and it just follows this straight line. This is what I call trend following, and it's something I'm really working on. There is the big tech companies like Microsoft, which is the same thing. Look at that. You can draw a line on there, and it just follows the line, and it even speeds up. The trend speeds up, but it's really low volatility, very easy trade. You buy it, and it goes up, and it's the kind of asset that I want. You buy it, it goes up. That's really what I want. You can look at another stock that I have in my mind right now. Look at this. Beautiful thing. So yeah, trend following. What did I learn this year? I learned that you should not rush into selling assets. You should not rush into buying. You should look at higher time frames. I really worked on my ability to look at higher time frames, because in the past I used to have like the tendency to rush into trading and to look at 1 hour, 4 hour trades because I've started with crypto, and I started to force myself looking at weekly, monthly, and long term trends, and I really understand that it's what really makes it work. It's long term trends and not short term. So yeah, and another thing I can share here is it's very easy when the trend makes higher highs and higher lows. It means you should buy the asset and hold on to it as long as the market conditions are good. And if this condition stops becoming true, you should start considering taking profits. And for Bitcoin, for any stock, any asset that I've seen over this year, this has been a constant true rule. When the trend starts to get volatile, I want to be out of this because I hate volatile trends. For example, when you see these kind of stock, it's absolutely beautiful, low volatility. I mean, daily performance is an even better example. It's so amazing to have volatility like that. Like, I'm going to show you this asset right there. You see what I mean when you see so many volatility, like it's choppy, it goes up and down and up and down. Whereas you hold this, like your portfolio is green every single month and you're happy. And that's what I want to look at. Trend following is good. Screening. It's another very big part of what I learned this year is screening. How did I work on this? Well, I learned so many things. I learned to screen for crypto, for stocks, for ETFs, for bonds. I learned to screen for different kind of sectors, screen for different countries, screen for the strongest stock. I learned different kind of screeners. I already made a lot of videos, but for example, right now I have a few screeners ready. I screen for different sectors. My screeners are built on different kind of assets. Like I screen according to market cap, symbol type. I use the exponential moving average to get an idea of the long-term trend. And it allows me to have a very easy way to see which assets do I like or which assets do I not like. For example, I found this stock like breaking up right now, which is a little bit overextended. I'm a little sad, but yeah, it is not the subject. Sorry for my voice. I need to take a little bit my breath again. So yeah, screening was a really interesting part of the year. I already made many videos, so if you want to learn more about how I screen, I'm really working on this. I'm hoping to become the most value providing YouTuber in terms of screening on TradingView, because it's a very powerful tool and I think not enough people master it. So I'm gonna work on to making it more available to everybody. Screening, yeah. Check my other videos. Maybe I'll link the thing in the description, but maybe I'm going to be lazy. So go to the channel page, go to the playlists, and you're gonna see it. Sectors, I understood the importance of sector. When I started in 2021, I did not know that there were sectorial trends. Like I thought every stock had its habit and I didn't see the interconnection between sectors. But when I started to trade, I saw that, for example, NFT cryptos were all going up at the same time. Metaverse cryptos were all going up at the same time. Oil and gas stocks were all going up at the same time. Uranium stocks were all correlated in terms of the chart looks the same on every single one of them. So I understood and learned about sectors, and that if you spot a sectorial trend, which means, for example, you get to see every single stock from one thing, from one related common thing go up or go down, there is usually a very easy way to profit from this is to analyze all the stocks, look at the ones that are buyable, and you're going to have a much higher success rate rather than buying random stocks in random sectors. Another thing that is really good to exploit on this anomaly is that you can, in your screener, you can change the sector of the stock or the crypto, and that allows you to focus on only one part of the market. And that is very interesting thing to do. It reduces the possibilities. You can see right there, I have only 34 stocks to see. So I can go over all my stocks from one single sector that look good and see the ones that I want to buy and the ones that I don't want to buy. And that's the power of sectorial trends is that you reduce the amount of assets over like 10,000 stocks. You only look at 30, and that's very useful when you screen. It takes little time, and it really concentrates the trend, because the performance in the financial markets is concentrated. You have the top stocks that make like 90% of the performance, the top sector that make 90% of the performance, and etc. etc. I already spoke about this, but I'm going to detail right now. I understood the difference between directional and range. That this is going to be very easy. During directional markets, you can YOLO the shit of every breakout is going to work. During range markets, you can YOLO the shit of every either break up or break down. It's not going to work. Directional markets are easy to trade, another one I like. Range markets are the one I hate and are very hard to trade as a trend follower. Range markets could be the ones that you could have a different strategy, and I'm working on another strategy. I've already had one, but I didn't have the time to apply it on the market and really understand it because I haven't used it fully. But you're going to look at the IWM is the best example of this. Look at that. You have your directional market right there, where every trade you take is easy, breakouts work, everything. You think you're a genius, and then the range market comes and nothing seems to work anymore, and you lose all the profits you have made. You even have fake breakouts that you see here. It goes like ping pong above and below, and people say, well, buy the bottom, short the top. Yeah, very hard to trade for me. So yeah, range markets, you should really know your market condition. If we are in a directional market, YOLO everything. If you are in a range market, don't trade. The advice I would have for people who don't know how to trade bridge markets like me, either practice a new strategy with very low small position size, or just don't trade and wait for the next bull market to come. That's it. Progressive exposure. I didn't find any thing to show here as a picture, but it's really, it's going to be very fast. I think it's the last thing I want to share. Progressive exposure is a very interesting thing. Like, for example, we're going to take the example of this fake breakout right there. Some people like to take their full position. So like they see, well, when I see a breakout on this asset, I will buy the breakout. So they buy the breakout, set their stop loss here, and tell themselves risk management is 1%. I will lose 1% of my capital if the trade turns back on me. Progressive exposure is something really easy to understand, but very interesting. Is basically, instead of entering all your position here, you enter a first 25% here, for example, then another 25% of your position here, and you wait for the price retest to happen. If the retest confirms, you will increase 25%, and if we break the new high, we will increase another 25%. And that allows you to cut on many of the losses, progressive exposure. If the breakout fails, especially in range markets like that, when you have very, very choppy markets, it can remove a lot of the big losses. And progressive exposure, I don't know if people understand, but it's really one of the things I'm working on right now. Right now I'm using it all the time for all the trades I do, because it's so interesting. You can use different time frames. For example, you start to make progressive exposure onto the daily. When the weekly signal comes in, you enter more and you double your position. That's very interesting. Yeah, so progressive exposure, really look it up. I don't remember making a video, but I need to make a video about this because it's so interesting. So this is the end of everything I learned. I hope you enjoyed listening to what I did. But yeah, a lot of things were said. I hope you think it's interesting that I share everything I learned this year. Where we're going in 2022. Some ideas that I have. The euro should go down because of different market policies in between the eurozone and the US zone. The euro USD chart looks very bad. The interest rates are so different between eurozone and US zone. Like in eurozone, we have negative rates. In the US zone, they have positive rates. So very, very bad for euro holder. Our economy is pretty shit compared to other parts of the world. So yeah, euro should keep going down. will stocks keep being choppy in range markets? Will we have another kind of bull market apart from only big caps that go up? I'm going to look at the OEF. This is the biggest stocks going up. And if I print to you IWM, you can see that the difference is pretty crazy. There you go. You see there's a slight difference in terms of performance. So only the big stocks go up, but the small caps don't go up. So the average stock in the market is down. Will we see another bull market on stocks, on crypto? And the final thing, well, commodities keep really performing good. Is there going to be persistent inflation? Like, are the agricultural commodities gonna enter into bull market? Will we break this huge resistance area on GSCI commodity index? Because if we break this, it's going to be maybe the start of a new bull market on commodities. Since 2008, we've seen a bear market on commodities, but maybe this is the start of a new bull market on commodities. Maybe gold is going to follow, maybe silver, maybe platinum and all that stuff. For now, the commodities that go up and that have a good setup. But imagine what would happen if you had the beautiful trade opportunity right there. That would be amazing. That would be one of the greatest trade opportunity. There would be so many stocks and sectors that will go up. And the thing that I want to point out is the value over growth. Maybe we are at the end of a big cycle. Oh no, it's the opposite way. SPY growth divided by SPY value. Sorry for the waiting time. There you go. You could see that back in the days when we had inflation and we had oil and commodities going up, we had a value period in oriented stocks. And since the deflation period, we had a growth oriented period. So maybe this is going to be soon the end of growth over value. And if you look at XOP, which is oil and gas stocks, you divide that by technology, you can see that maybe we are forming a bottom. This is still not the case, but maybe the next year is going to be the year of value. It's going to be the year of banks, the year of oil and gas, the year of lumber, the year of mining stocks. And it's not going to be the year of tech, because tech is maybe going to slow down because of rising rates, because of slowing growth into IT and all that stuff, of bubble burstings, just like you see on Doku. I don't know if you've seen this, but yeah, sometimes tech stocks go down very fast, like DocuSign. So yeah, that's it. Oh, sorry. I hope you had an amazing time looking at this video, and I hope you will have a nice end of the year. In France, we say Joyeux Noël. So Merry Christmas for all of you. Hope you're going to have a nice 2022 year, and in trading and in personal life. I'm not gonna make any new videos until the beginning of the year, because I'll be doing other things. I'll be cooking, I'll be seeing my family, maybe friends, and my wife. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you for watching until the end. Have a nice week, have a nice month, have a nice future year. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and hope this year is going to be good for us investors. That's it. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you and goodbye.